wearing the same thing
Nah,
every
you
time.
look
But
tight. You look tight. I'm fucking with it.
how
You
you
know,
doing
that's why
today?
I had to throw on the cool hat on. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
the hat. Yo, the hat is so you. So amazing.
I definitely had to throw the good hat one time.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How you feeling today? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we living through some crazy times right now, but gotta stay positive, stay active. I feel like that's been my biggest challenge during all this is like
Same.
working out indoors.
No, trust me, trust me. This this conversation is definitely to allow people to understand that as amazing as we may seem to people, and we are,
Yeah.
that we still go through the same similar emotions.
Yeah, I feel that. I
You
feel
know,
that.
so
I mean, I
how
feel like
this? Go
it's
ahead.
insane. It's insane. I feel like it's insane to really tell people, hey, like, go to jail, basically, and stay there. Like, hey.
No, definitely. I talked to a really, really close friend of mine who's in prison. He went to prison before this,
Mhm.
and I talked to him whenever he hits me up ever so often, and I told him, I was like, man, I would imagine that what you're going through is no comparison, but I feel very close. I
Yeah.
feel very close. This is like being in jail and the cell is open.
He
You know
said
what I'm
he said it's
saying?
like being in jail but being able to like buy groceries and essentials. It's like
Like, huh?
literally.
Really crazy, really crazy. So, like I told you, we do three questions, three from me, three from you, back and forth.
Okay.
And then questions from that the people ask. We try
Okay.
and answer a couple of them.
Let's do it.
So
I'm
I'll,
here.
I'll start it off to kick it off.
Okay.
Um, my first question that I always ask everyone is, it's a two-part question. And the first part of that question is, do you love what you do? And the second part of that, do you love what you do, is, do you deserve the success that you have?
Okay. Those are good ass questions. All right. I feel like I definitely love what I do, and I loved it so much. I naturally fell into it. Like I never thought like, hey, I wanted to be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be in
Mm,
music. Like honestly, growing up, I wanted to do something with like forensics and like like just detective work and like or be a model. Cause
wow.
like growing up, all I used to watch was like Tyra Banks' show and like all these
Amazing.
like NCIS and like Law and Order and like that was like my thing. So that's all I wanted to be when I grew up. But I felt like naturally somehow because I love it so much, I just fell into music naturally.
I respect that. I definitely respect that. And then with the success that you do have to date right now, do you feel that you deserve it?
Honestly, honestly, I feel like I don't even know how to answer that question because honestly, I just feel like I definitely feel like I put in the work and time, but I feel like it's never enough. Like I feel like I could always do better and I could always be working harder. So I feel like I always feel blessed that I have the success that I have. But I'm never satisfied with like because I feel like but that's what also keeps me motivated to be better and keep doing like so it's just like a up and it's like a pro and a con in one because like I feel like mentally sometimes it fucks me up and sometimes it's such a great motivator.
Got it. Got it. No, no.
So
I
do
mean,
I
trust
feel
me, I
like I
understand.
deserve it? Yes. Am I satisfied with it?
No.
No.
Understandable. Understandable. Now, question. What's on you?
Okay. Why okay, so why the acronym dad?
Wow, that's a great question. Nobody's asked that question. So, um, it's an acronym. DAD actually stands for Destroying All Doubters.
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard. I didn't know that. You see, that's hard.
Yeah, I never tell anybody that. I just never do. And
Why?
it ended up turning into more things. It originally started from, say, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, from playing basketball with my friends. We came about with a saying that like if you score on somebody or do a crossover, some cool move or something, they're like, oh, you dad, oh dad is almost like you
That's
sonning
funny.
somebody, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we'll be like dad, and then it ended up turning into something that kind of had left the court, and we took it with us in everyday conversation or whatever. So if I got on a dope fit out of everybody, I'm dad today, that type of feel. Or whatever, because I'm
Okay.
sunning niggas, you know what I'm saying? That type of
That's
feel.
cool. So like that is a mood. That's lit. I fuck yeah. Feel me? We
Exactly.
dad today. We dad today. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Y'all
Exactly.
see the drip? We dad. Y'all see the good Beyonce. Y'all see the
Bam.
dad.
Exactly. I would have it. So that then turned into like I'm addicted to like I said, I'm addicted to acronyms. Like my first project that everything was on, it was called Don't Be Safe. But the safe stood for sensitive as fuck every day.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, I'm very addicted to acronyms. And so I turned the dad into what I told you, destroying all doubters, because at that time, me taking it out of the court, taking it from our regular lingo, I also had like, from the beginning of my career, of course, a lot of people with weird opinions of me. Not even weird, just I have positive opinions about myself and negative. So the people that had negative opinions about me, because I didn't grow up in the world of music, and I didn't grow up in like I didn't grow up to be like, oh, I'm gonna be famous and I didn't grow up for that. It just happened because I attacked it. I never experienced somebody talking about me that I couldn't do nothing to. Like I never, you know what I'm saying? Everything, like if I was in the streets, we'll handle it. We'll boom, 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 or whatever, and people don't, in real life, people don't just say negative things about you that they don't know. That like that doesn't happen in like the neighborhood
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it got to be a reason behind things. But when you get some type of clout, some type of fame, people, they just throw opinions like, oh, I hate her hair, or you know what I'm saying, like just random things, or like his teeth is stupid, and like
Now
just talk crazy.
you know what's so funny about that? I've actually experienced weird things like that where like, let's say for example, like I've walked in a party and like have the feeling like, okay, you don't like me, but you don't know me. So like I feel like what I'll naturally do is like go over there and be like, yo, like your fit is tight, or like, just like say something to lighten up the mood, and then I'll see that whole person's face change, and it's hilarious because I'll be like, yo, just 30 seconds ago, you probably thought I was a bitch.
Straight up.
And I
But
was
no,
like full of
for
myself.
you don't have a right reason. You don't have a, and I never experienced that until I got into the game, until into the music shit or whatever, and like actually got like some name from it or whatever, or some clout per se. And so that is why I came up with the whole like moniker, like, oh, destroying all doubters or whatever. I gotta just, at first I wanted to prove a point to
Yeah.
people or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that, oh, I got to change this mentality. And then I realized that at the end of the final part, to answer your question, is at the end of Trinidad is DAD. So it just stuck.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Wow, look at you thinking over there. That's good. I fuck with that. That's hard.
It worked out. It worked out in my favor a little bit there, man. It worked out in my favor a little bit
It
there.
really did. All right, your turn. Next
All
question.
right, all right. So one of the things that I truly appreciate about you is that every picture on your IG is a different version of you. Like from the hair to the attitude to the fashion. I could relate because I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? My question is, how do you cope when your own style holds you back from a job?
I never felt like my own style held me back from a job. Like, literally, I've had the weirdest, craziest jobs that you would never believe. And I feel like the only reason I even got them is because I understand the power and strength in being yourself. Like, for example, no one here would believe that I'm 22 years old, a girl from Harlem, the CEO and president of BMW requested me to do the BMW summit this year.
Yeah, and you was dressed like you like somebody mama that day. I seen
You,
that. I was like,
I look like somebody nice auntie, you know what I'm saying? DJ, you know what I'm saying? But
right,
at
right,
the end
right.
of the day, I look at opportunities like that and I'm like, yo, no one will fucking believe it. Like this guy requested me, the CEO and president. You want to know why? Because I did like a little BMW gig in New York. my friend, he was like, yo, you'll be perfect for this, trust me. And I was nervous because like it was a side of me I never got to DJ. I love all types of music, 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying? So they were
Yeah,
like,
you got
so
style with your shit.
it was an event where I had to play like that 80s, 90s real soulful version of me. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? I was nervous. I never played to a crowd of just executives like that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But
Got you.
apparently, while you know, I got loose. I love DJing. I love what I do. I get lost in music all the time. So that's what happened. And through that, apparently, the CEO and president like came up to me, was having a conversation with me, and like loved me. So when it came to having that summit, he was like, "Yo, I want that little girl from that event we did." And I was just like, yo, y'all wouldn't believe, like, yo, having that opportunity, the things I saw and learned, and just being in a different environment, y'all wouldn't believe that happened to me. And it's just like the way I dress, the way I look, the music I listen to, how I act. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I got there, I feel like the girl that was like supposed to like handle me and help me with everything, she was nervous because she's looking at me like, who is she? Like, oh my God, like this girl looks nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Like,
right, right, right,
what
right.
is about to
Understandable.
happen right now? She's the DJ for everything. Oh my God. Like, I feel like everyone was looking at me and they were so nervous because of what I looked like. I look like I don't belong. I look like I'm not about to play y'all favorite songs from when y'all was born, because I wasn't even born. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So they're looking at me crazy. You wouldn't believe how people looked at me. But it was just so amazing to have all those looks. It was so motivation because I bodied it. You know, they had a great time. By the end of the thing, I felt like I was one of them. They were like, hey, sis, pull up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So
Nice. No, no,
it's just like,
I definitely get it.
yeah.
And the reason why I asked is um, because I've been through so many different experiences and I've always had the style that I have. It's been things where I feel things more on your side, whereas like people do pick me because I'm so different, but I've also seen it where it's like, he a little bit too much. He a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of vibe.
I feel like I've definitely probably gotten that, and I never just gotten it to my face.
Got it.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
No, no, no,
I
no, I
never
got it.
gotten it to
Okay.
my face. But I feel like I definitely got that. Like, I feel like sometimes, but I feel like they just be hating because I feel like I got such a positive, like, jumpy energy. I'll be like, yo, hey, like, you know, all the time.
No,
I
no,
feel
for
like
sure. You get it lit. Facts, facts.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like some people that in their own misery, they be like, ugh, like, you know what I'm saying? Ugh, Odalys.
Right, right, right. Just a little bit too much. Right, 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 right. No, 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 no. I get it. I respect that. I respect
Yeah.
that for sure. I had to ask that because I just wondered if it ever held you back. I'm very happy to know that right now, and I mean you're still mad young, and got so much amazing
Mhm.
shit to still do in life, but it not happening to you now, and I don't ever want it to happen to you.
Okay.
Because you know this world, some people are just weird.
They are,
You
bro.
know,
It's so like the
they,
energy. It's so crazy because it's like I feel like it's something that happened with the internet. I feel like the internet
mm,
kind of it brought people around the world together, but within that, it also affected the world's minds together. So I feel like you know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It's just like, you know, just the way people think, how people just don't think for themselves, how people think certain things are a norm now. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's just,
Correct.
it's super weird. Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like a lot of people think I'm super special. And it's just like, yo, we all special. What makes me special right now is that I'm just myself. That's why you never
Right.
seen anything like it. So I
Correct.
bet you have a special within you too. Go be yourself and feel special. You know, like
No, no,
that.
no. Trust me. I've been living that unique life for a long time. So I get where you're coming from. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, facts, facts. It threatens people's energy sometimes too.
Yeah, it sucks because like I feel like um it sucks because like I love what I do, and obviously I just want to keep growing with my career, but I feel like within growing with my career I learned the hard way that while you do that you're gonna outgrow the people that you love and care about in the process sometimes. And like I feel like that's been like the hardest process for me. It's just, you know, realizing like, yo, some people are just, you know, they're going through their own shit, and whatever I'm doing right now, they ain't fucking with it because it affects their energy. So sometimes, you know, you
Amen.
gotta let people go, because you just outgrow them. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's the more the more it's really interesting. I thought about that same exact saying that you just said, because I realized that even when you outgrow a lot of things, it's still some people that end up still hanging on just because it's almost been their job the whole time to just find a way to stay a hold of you. They never did nothing too much to get themselves cut off, but they never did anything really to help you.
But you
So
know,
this, go
it's
ahead.
so funny that's your perspective of it, because I feel like the people that hang on and are always still there are the people that, like, you know, they're like what I would call your soulmates of friends, because
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, those are people that no matter what you do, whatever, no matter what happens, like for the most part you realize, damn, I never argued with these people, damn, these people always have my back, damn, these people are always checking up on me. You know what I'm saying?
got
Like,
it.
at the end of the day, I feel like you start to realize, like, damn, these are really my people. This is really my home. You know what I'm saying? And you start
No, no, I know
appreciating
what
those
you're
people
saying.
more, because sometimes it's crazy. Because even myself, one time, like, I look back, I was just thinking, and I'm like, wow, I looked at the people that I reach out to and the people that reach out to me. And I was just like, yo, I got this all backwards. I'm fucking up. Like, of course, like, I'll reach out to the people I love, but there are just certain people that will always look out for me. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Correct.
never really reached out or talked to these people, but these people are always, yo, you okay? You good? And I'm like, yo,
Got
what
it.
am I doing? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? In
No,
my
no,
head.
no, no. I love that you said that, because my perspective obviously was on the level of I'm not even referring to the people who truly have your back. I think it's kind of sometimes deciding who is the ride or die and who is just riding.
Yeah, okay. Yep. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas,
You're
because
definitely
like
right.
you could ride, like you could be in the car in the back corner, back seat, and you're not bothering me or whatever. You're in the car, but you're also not helping. You're
Yeah, you're
just
just
a
there.
rider. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really have a reason to cut you off, but at the same time, I don't know your purpose. So
Yeah.
I love what you said. I love how you look at it, because I mean, also at the same time, I still think you got a lot more living to do to just learn different people and meet different people. I'm gonna put that out there. You know what I'm saying? But it's very interesting. Like some people stay so close to you, and they're doing their thing, you're doing your thing, and so
Yeah.
you guys are being cordial for so long, you become cordial with somebody for so long that Smokey, what's good, you become cordial with somebody for so long that it feels like a friendship.
Hey, Spooky.
You know what I'm saying? Like you be cordial, well, you talk to a person for so long that it feels, like I said, like a friendship. But it's like, is that a friendship? Like, have they put in the work that your ride or dies have put in?
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, and I've gotten rid of a lot of those people. Like, even no matter how much I cared for them, but I definitely feel you on that. Like, there's a lot of people I feel like that were in my life that are just riding, and once they felt like for years, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel like once they felt like, damn, I'm really not a part of this. I like, I'm like, damn, sheesh,
Right,
like,
sheesh. Right.
sheesh. What was your intention the whole time? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Correct.
So I definitely feel that.
Okay, okay. Question is on you.
Ooh, okay. So I always like, it's so crazy because we both love Sarah. Shout out to Sarah. But
She's
I
right here.
never
That's so good.
asked her, and I never asked you why just the one little pinky nail.
Okay. So, boom. So, uh,
Wait, show him off now. Hold on, show him off. We gotta see the drip. Come on.
you know what I'm saying?
I
They got to get, but they need to be done, but they're still there. So when I first uh went to
give
Sarah,
us the trade.
right? When I first went to Sarah, I forgot how it happened. I think somebody recommended or something of the sort. I seen the work and I was just like, for me, I look at everything in my life as a canvas to do art.
Mhm.
So with my hair, I want to not find a lady who could just do regular straight cornrows. I want to find a lady that can put my name in my hair. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I got a haircut, I want to find a person who could. I used to have the crazy designs in my hair because I feel like I've dedicated my whole life to finding art in the things that I care about.
Yeah.
So when I seen what Sarah did, it reminded me of a movie that I seen back in the day of about, it's called American Pimp.
Mm-hmm.
And a good buddy of mine is Don Juan, Bishop Don Juan.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met him when he was older. And he was in one of my music videos in 2014 for a song I did in LA called Palm Trees.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me so much love and he put me on so much game. After he did that video, he invited me to, he throws a lot of parties. So he invited me to a lot of parties with a lot of the older homies,
Mm-hmm.
or like the old LA. Oh, because he's also he's from Chicago,
Yeah.
but he grew up a lot in California, you know. And so he introduced me to so many OGs who had so many different perspectives.
Yeah.
And I really respect those guys for more than kind of what we know pimps for, you know, treating women like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different perspective. It's a little awkward, you know what I'm saying, but it's a different perspective. The values and the morals that they have for the reason why they got into what they got into is such an interesting thing, man, to be honest with you. But to answer your question, that solidified us as homeboys from 2014 onwards. So
Mm-hmm.
one day, year, sometime, I'm looking at the movie American Pimp, and they start talking about different pimps from all over, just different
Yeah.
ones. This guy from Washington, this Cater Red, and this guy, and then they get to Bishop Don Juan because he wanted like the big names in it. And I see an old picture of him, like way back, like old, and all he had done was gold pinkies. All he had done was gold pinkies.
That's hard.
And
That's hard.
I was
I
like,
got you.
God damn, what the hell? Like it hit so hard. This is like 1976.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere in between 76 and 82 or something like that. Like, I mean, fit just immaculate, groomed to the T,
Mm-hmm.
3 women each side or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just like a king in his glory type situation. But I paid attention to the pinkies.
Okay.
And when I
Gold all
seen,
in my
right, so I
gold
seen the
all in my.
gold. Obviously, I got a gold radar. If I see gold, it's gonna make me, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, make my radar go off. And so I started with other nail people, just doing gold pinkies or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just doing gold pinkies. And then it didn't feel like enough. I felt like I was just being just like him. And for me, I read this book. It's a small book. It's called Steal Like an Artist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if if the song says jump in the river, make them shiver,
Mm-hmm.
and I come and make, yeah, I was like, oh, I want to do something like this or whatever, and I come and make the same thing, jump in the river, make them shiver. I'm just a thief.
Yeah.
But if I find a way to, you know, embody that energy but make it mine or whatever, that is how real artists do it. Like they tell you, nothing is new under the sun.
Yeah.
Everything is always
A
pulled
cycle.
from something, recycled, whether you know it or not. Subconsciously, somebody did it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, how do I one up my OG? And then I seen Sarah's work, and she was doing the jewels on top of the, and I was like, oh, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So boom, that's when we started working. And then I remember going back to LA, and Don Juan had a party and whatever, and I pulled up. I had to
Yeah.
pull up because I wanted to show him my pinkies and stuff. I just had one pinky at the time, so I just wanted to show him my pinky. And he was very, very proud. And I just kind of stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's an ode to my OG.
Okay.
You know
That's
what I'm
dope.
saying? That's all it is, really. And then we kind of took it to the next level because then I just start seeing my whole hand as a canvas. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's like your whole body is a canvas
It really
at the
is.
end of the day. You know, you could do whatever, just like the jewelry under your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
I was
It's
like, I
like
gotta put
even
my hat
when
up. I can see them.
boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like people even putting diamonds on their teeth and stuff like that. Like every part of your body is a canvas if you could see it that way.
Yeah,
You
I
know
do.
what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, they feel that certain things should be left for men to do, and only women do that. And you know, to each his own. To each his own, because I understand why you think that way. I don't want to be the one to make your son go get his nails done. That's not my purpose at all. Like you said, I'm being me.
Yeah,
I'm just doing me. Like I see myself as art. So I want to use all my canvas until I die. I
that's
have the
deep.
opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Deep.
This is my canvas, this
That's
is my
deep
hair,
as
this is
hell.
my nails, or whatever. Like if I want to braid Nipsey Hussle in my hair, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Not because you should do it, not because you have to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel that doing things for it's so many when things get done for the wrong reasons, and like the consumer per se sees people who they could just feel like, oh man, this is what's fucking up the culture. It kind of that negative connotation comes and flows into
Oh man, I
your
hate how like negative and like sensitive I feel like everybody is nowadays. It's so weird. Oh
very.
man, like Twitter is like a different place right now.
Oh, Twitter is the new world star. Like Twitter is toxic.
Twitter is
Com. I didn't even know that. To be honest with you, coming into 2020, prior to that, I had kind of started treating Twitter like Facebook because
I know,
being
but I
honest with you,
love Twitter though. There's so much information though. At the
I,
end of
I
the
that's
day.
what I didn't know. I didn't know. Like 2019, I kind of just like I left it or whatever. Like
Hmm.
because it wasn't doing anything for me. I had all these followers that it just like my presence was just gone off of it. Like it's just like what is Twitter for? It's not helping me. I don't know what to say or whatever. Like sometimes you know, hey, I'm right here with IG. Me and IG, we are building a legacy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's different or whatever. But then my DJ, he's in here right now. DJ Looney, go ham. He destroys Twitter. Like he's the man on Twitter, you know. And like I'll go just look at him and his stuff or whatever to get a laugh, and then it made me start seeing other stuff. I was like,
Yeah, like
wow.
Twitter's great. It's like great, but it got its cons like crazy.
Whew, when it gets toxic, when it gets bad, or if you get on
It get
the
real
receiving
bad.
end of something negative, right now I'm on the receiving end of something negative. So it's like, well, you win some, you lose some, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I missed out on Tumblr. I see people talk about Tumblr. I kind of missed out on that
I
day.
miss
That
Tumblr. Tumblr was it. Tumblr was it.
I missed it. It's super dope. From what I look back on or whatever, it's definitely legit. But I missed it. I definitely missed out on Tumblr.
Oh man, all
Uh,
right, man. Your
all
turn.
right, it's on me. All right. So today happens to be Dr. King's wife, Coretta Scott King. It's her birthday, and yeah,
Happy
and then
birthday to
to
you.
you, right? And so one of the things she said, and this might be a little wordy, so I'll try and break it down. It says freedom from discrimination. She said, freedom from discrimination based on sexual orientation is surely a fundamental human right in any great democracy, as much as freedom from racial, religious, gender, or ethnic discrimination. That's what she said, right? If you need me to repeat that, I can, because I was reading kind of fast.
Say it one more time. I understand it though, but say it one more time.
All right. Freedom from discrimination based on sexual orientation is surely a fundamental human right in any great democracy, as much as freedom from racial, religious, gender, or ethnic discrimination.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
agree.
Cool. Boom. So my question to you is that in a male dominated sport that you're in DJing, producing, both, because you do both. Let's not you do both. What are ways that you have seen that allows to cut through that noise, to cut through the bullshit? How do you cut through that bullshit?
It's so crazy because it's such a simple and like difficult question at the same time. I feel
I feel
like,
I feel that.
yeah,
The
I
reason
feel
why I
like,
asked you, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, now, I was about to say, the reason why I asked you is because She said that so long ago. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like women have been catching the weird end of the stick for a long time. Like for so long that it just feels normal for like a girl to be looking at second place. And I feel that finally coming into 2019, definitely coming into 2020, that narrative is changing at its own fucking pace, of course, but it is changing. And I just want to know from your perspective, how do you cut through the bullshit?
You know, so crazy. I feel like one, it's super hard to tell anyone how to cut through the bullshit. You gotta, you gotta find your own way that works for you. I'll tell that
Yes.
first to anyone. But for me personally, I just learned how to mentally, like, cause you know, like I feel like growing up, you know, we all like, not all of us, but you know, most, you know, we all come from some type of struggle, you know, and I felt like growing up, I was like an angry kid, so I would be like firecracker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I would react to shit, like, was just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, very negatively. So I feel like with that being said, like coming into the sport, I had to learn like, hey man, don't be mad that I'm great, baby. Don't be mad that I'm successful, baby. Don't be mad I'm getting paid more than you, babe. Come
Right,
on now.
right, right.
Respect me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel
Live
like
in it,
I
like
just
live in the
laugh.
moment.
I just learned to like take a step back mentally and just laugh it off and just be like, wow, like you're so intimidated by me. But yet I'm the nicest person ever. What the fuck is wrong with you on the inside? Go handle your demons to the left and let me do my job now. Thank you.
Right,
You know, like I could
right.
tell you this crazy ass story. And it's so crazy because I was with Sarah in DR and like she could tell you this. Yo, I was going to this party in Brooklyn and I go up, I'm like the main DJ on the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going
Right,
prime time, I'm going on last, like the main DJ on the thing, on the bill.
right.
I go up and I tell the security guard, oh hey, yo, I'm Odalys, I'm the DJ, I'm about to go on in 20 minutes. These are my people, like, you know, we got our IDs out, like, you know, I'm just trying to do my thing, get in. He goes, I don't give a fuck who you are. Mind you, this party was packed. There's a line down the block. He goes, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to go make that line like everybody else. You ain't all your friends. I said, in my head, I'm like, this, this nigga just tried me in front of my,
All these,
he just
right.
really tried me in front of my peoples and my fans. That's me in my head, right? But in reality, I'm like this. I'm like, you know, I responded to him and I said, yo, no problem. I'm gonna just step back and call my manager. I ain't doing no line. You feel me? Real calm, just like that. Real calm, you know, like, okay, then no problem. Like, you know, I'm gonna step back and step over here. Me and my people. I kid you not, as soon as I was about to call my manager, the guy who books me comes storming out the door. Like, excuse me, come get me. And the dude is making a big ass deal and he lied out his mouth and said, yo, this girl came up yelling, screaming, making a big ass deal. We can't let her in. And literally, there was another security guard there. And I looked at him, I said, y'all some two grown ass men, knowing damn well y'all lying out y'all teeth, trying to stop the 22-year-old from getting a bag. That's crazy for no
Crazy.
reason. So I feel like, you know, sometimes you gotta understand some people be power tripping and have their own demons they face. And I feel like I get through it honestly by understanding nothing is personal. You know, like
Mm.
I feel like for you to take someone's anger and take it so personal, even if it was directed for you, I feel like you gotta understand the difference between someone purposely trying to hurt you and someone who's just going through their own shit and they just don't know how to cope in the world about going about it. So they're gonna treat you like shit and that person like shit and this person like shit. I wasn't the only person he talked to that day like that. I bet you.
Couldn't be. Couldn't be. There's
I
no
could
way.
not be. Who the
Correct.
fuck am I to him? He don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know deep down inside, like, yo, bro, I get, okay, you got having a bad day. I'm gonna, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Relax.
like that's how I cope through it. Understanding, putting myself aside, my pride and my ego, and like understanding, yo, you probably going through some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? That your energy is even that dark. Because I don't feel like naturally people are just dark. I feel like people always got to go through something. I feel like
Right.
naturally people are naturally caring and loving. And then people go through some shit and they get traumatized and like go
Correct.
about their life the way they do.
Correct.
But I don't believe people are just naturally like that. So I'll just be like, all right, man, you probably going through something. I'm going to chill. I'm put my shit to the side because I'm good. I'm happy and I understand. So
Right. When you're truly happy, I think, you know, honestly, I understand where you're coming from, because your energy is always there. And, you know, I always wonder, I was like, man, when it's so crazy, when somebody's always in a good mood, it started to make you think like, are they really in a good mood? Because you're not used to somebody being, you know what I'm saying, like feeling
nah,
good about themselves.
I really be this happy. Like I go through shit definitely. Like I went through moments for months that, like, you know, as I became more successful, I went through months where I just be like, everyone started disappearing and acting funny and being all these ways towards me. I went through months where, like, mentally, I was such in a box with myself. But I mean, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, trust me,
I
I get
couldn't
it.
cope with, like, dealing. But honestly, man, it's just, life is just a blessing. That's what can I say?
All right, now I respect it. Last question on you.
Ooh.